with headphones.
Yeah. They told me stop, they told me quit. Said the mountain was too high for this. Said I was nothing, said I'd break. Now they're watching every move I make. I crossed rivers, I crossed pain. I learned to dance with the rain. The stronger the storm, the stronger I became.
Now they remember my name. I know the feeling, I've been there too. When the whole world turns against you.
When every door gets slammed shut and every road seems out of luck, but pressure creates diamonds, fire creates steel. The deepest wounds teach us how to heal.
Against the tide, against the storm, against the voices say we're wrong. Against the fear, against the pain, we stand up and rise again.
Hey! 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 Yeah. The Shamisen sings through the darkness like a challenge to the night. Every note reminds me why I'm still in this fight.
Every scar became a lesson, every lesson became strength. Now the same walls that block me can't stop me anymore.
They said I'd never make it out the mud. Now they're watching while I level up. Same people used to laugh when I fell. Now they study every move I make. Cold nights sleeping with my blade. No food, no goal, no easy way. Just me and the road ahead, learning how to survive the rain. I lost battles, lost everything they said I needed. But every loss became a weapon. Now my enemies don't believe it.
I know that feeling, I've seen that road. When your heart gets heavy and your soul gets cold.
Everybody loves a rising star. Nobody stays when times get hard. I carry pain like armor plates. Now nothing's standing in my way. They tried to break me, tried to change me, tried to make me disappear. Now every scar upon my body is the reason that I'm here.
Built by the storm,
Not by the sun. Built by the battles that should have been won.
built by the pain,
Built by the scars. Built by the nights spent
talking to
stars. Built by the storm. That's who we are. Yeah, the taiko drums hit like my heartbeat. Every step feels like a war scene. I don't need a crown, I don't need a throne. I built my kingdom on my own. The mountain said turn around, the river said you might drown. The world kept telling me slow down, so I pushed harder and shut it down. Now they ask me how I did it, like they went there when I was slipping. Funny how the story changes when the underdog starts winning.
I remember nights in Kyoto, walking alone through pouring rain, trying to find a reason not to throw away the pain. And the Shamisen started playing like the spirits knew my name. That's when I stopped chasing luck and started changing my fate.
Every setback taught a lesson. Every lesson made me wiser. Now I see the same walls as opportunities to climb higher.
Built by the storm, not by the sun.
Built by the battles that should have been won.
Built by the pain,
Built by the scars.
Yeah. I see the sunrise through the smoke. Another chapter, another road. The battles changed me, that's the truth. But they never took away my roots. My blade is worn, my hands are scarred. Yet somehow I've come this far.
Not because the path was easy,
but because I refuse to stop.
I watched the stars above the mountains, thinking I was all alone. Then I realized every warrior walks a road they call their own. Some fall early, some stand tall, but every legend starts small.
Crimson Horizon,
Lead us all
through every battle
we've ever known.
Crimson Horizon,
Shine a light, guide the lost through the
Crimson
night.
Horizon.
Burning bright, the future belongs to those who fight.
One more step,
One more day
one more dream,
along the way,
one more battle.
one more climb.
That's how legends survive time. Crimson Horizon,
Lead us home.
the road is long.
But we're not alone.
The war drums echo through the valley tonight. Shamisen crying while the torches ignite. My clan stands ready beneath crimson skies. 1,000 warriors and 1,000 goodbyes. Steel on my back, honor in my chest. If destiny is calling, then I'll answer the test.
The moon sees everything. The moon knows the cost. I've watched kingdoms rise, and I've watched them get lost.
My blade moves silent like the wind through the trees. The strongest enemies
Always fall to their knees.
Across mountains, cross rivers, cross lands stained red. Following the voices of the fallen dead. Every scar tells stories, every wound has a name. Every brother I lost still walks in the flame.
You speak of glory, I speak of pain, because victory and sorrow ride the same train. I buried my family beneath soccer trees. Now I fight for memories.
Carried by the breeze. Under the crimson moon, the war drums call. Some will rise and some will fall. Under the crimson moon, the fire burns bright. But legends are forged in the heart of the Hear the taiko thunder shaking the ground. Hear the battle horns calling us now. No fear in my eyes, no chains on my soul. Tonight the battlefield becomes my road.
Hear the shakahaki singing through the smoke. Hear the old spirits speaking through the notes. The world may break, the heavens may cry, but a warrior's promise never truly dies.
Shamisen screaming, steel colliding, fire dancing, storms arriving, side by side against the night. Two warriors, one final fight.
If I fall tonight,
remember my name, Not for the battles, not for the fame. Remember the man who refused to bend when darkness arrived again and again.
And if I fall, let the rivers know that I walked my path and never let go. The moon will remember, the wind will sing the tale of the warrior and the shadow queen.
Under the crimson moon, the war drums call. Some will rise and some will fall. Under the crimson moon, the fire burns bright, but legends are forged in the heart of the when the Shamisen fades and the battle is done, we'll become stories carried by everyone beneath the crimson moon.
I was raised where the war drums echoed, raised where the cold wind blew. Every lesson came with bruises, every promise cut in two. They taught me strength was silence, they taught me fear was power. So I became the sharpest blade inside the darkest hour.
I remember when I met you, standing in the pouring rain, eyes carrying 1,000 battles, heart carrying twice the pain. The world only saw a weapon, I saw someone trying to survive. Someone still fighting every day just to stay alive.
We were born from different fires, but the flames burn just the same. Different roads, different scars, different stories, different names. They call me daughter of the war, like conflict was my destiny, like blood and steel were all I'd ever be. But I refuse to wear the chains of people long forgotten. I choose my path, I choose my name, I choose who I become. The moon remembers the battles won, the battles lost, the battles done. But we're still here, still moving on, still fighting toward the dawn.
Yeah, I still hear the names in the rain. Yeah. I still hear their names in the rain. I still hear their names in the rain. Brothers lost on forgotten plains. The war moved on, the world forgot, but I remember every scar they got.
Shamisen cries through the smoke, like every promise we once spoke. They took our home, they took our land, but they never broke what we stand for. I buried friends beneath the snow, watched entire kingdoms come and go. The banners changed, the rulers fell, but pain remembers every farewell.
They call us survivors, they call us strong. They never saw what went wrong.
The price of victory is hard to see when you're staring at history.
We are the
Echoes of the fallen voices
hit like thunder. The battlefield shakes beneath my feet. I've learned one thing through every battle: defeat is only temporary.
The moon watched every mistake we made. The moon watched every victory.
Now it shines above our path,
Guiding us through history.
We are the echoes of the fallen.
Voices carried by the wind.
We are the fire.
Still burning long after the war should end.
Black. Black banners flying through the rain.
The Black Lotus marches once again.
Smoke in the distance, villages burn.
Tonight the Empire gets its turn.
My blade is sharp, my heart is cold. I've seen too much to fear the unknown. The war drums call from miles away, and destiny waits for no man.
I was raised inside the shadows, taught that mercy makes you weak. Every lesson carved in silence, every answer I would see. Now the Lotus stands before me, and I know what must be done. Some wars are fought for power, some wars are fought for everyone.
Black Lotus falling, candles in the fire. The Empire's burning, higher and higher. Black Lotus falling, hear the heavens cry. Tonight 1,000 legends live or die. Taiko thunder shakes the valley.
Steel and blood across the land.
Every warrior standing ready, every sword within their hands. The Shamisen cries like sorrow, carried by the evening breeze. For every king who wanted glory, 1,000 soldiers rest in peace.
The moonlight shines upon the armor, covered by the ash of a war. Every step brings us closer to what we've been waiting for. I see fear inside their leaders, I see doubt behind their eyes. Because every empire built on fear eventually collapses and dies.
Black Lotus falling, petals in the fire. The Empire's burning, higher and higher. Black Lotus falling, hear the heavens cry. Tonight 1,000 legends live or
beneath the storm. The ships arrive before the dawn. 10,000 warriors cross the waves.
hoping some would find their graves. I hear the horns, I hear the cries, the red moon hanging in the sky. Dragon shore awaits tonight, and none of us will leave unchained.
The shoreline trembles under footsteps. The ocean carries ancient fears. I've seen this battle in my dreams for what feels like 100 years.
The spirits whisper through the fog. The old gods watch from far above. Every wave that hits the shore sounds like a warning from beyond. Ghosts of Dragon Shore calling through the night. Ghosts of Dragon Shore watching every fight. Ghosts of Dragon Shore waiting by the sea for the next warrior to become a memory. The first attack was like thunder. The second came like endless rain. The third turned heroes into legends, and legends into names. Yet through the smoke and devastation, one truth remained above it all. The strongest warriors are the ones who never fight. The wars who answer when they fall. Ghosts of Dragon Shore calling through the night. Ghosts of Dragon Shore watching every fight. Ghosts of Dragon Shore waiting by the sea for the next warrior to become a memory. Ghosts of Dragon Shore calling through the night. Ghosts of Dragon Shore watching every fight. Ghosts of Dragon Shore waiting by the sea for the next warrior to become a memory.
They built my cage before I spoke. They chose my future before I knew. Told me who I had to become. Told me what I had to do. So I learned silence, I learned patience, I learned how to disappear. But every lesson they gave me eventually brought me here. The clan wanted obedience, the world wanted fear, but neither one understood why I'm still standing here. You can train a blade, you can sharpen steel, but you can't control a heart that refuses to kneel. No chain can hold me, no wall can stop me, no shadow can hide me, no fear can break me. I survived the fire, I survived the fall. watched every scar. The Shamisen sang softly, like it knew who we are. I stopped waiting for permission, stopped asking for a sign. The moment I chose my own path was the moment I became mine. No chain can hold me, no wall can stop me, no shadow can hide me, no fear can break me. I survived the fire, I survived the fall, and now the woman they created stands above it all. I was never their weapon, I was always the storm.
Yeah, they told me chase the crown, I told them keep it. I seen kings lose their souls just trying to keep it. I came from the bottom out on my feet, now every road I walk feels like history. No silver spoon, no royal blood, just hard lessons and enough was enough. The same people doubted me, now they're acting surprised, like they weren't the reason I learned how to fight.
Yeah, I know the type, I've seen it before. People love winners but ignore the war. They see the result, never the grind, never the battles that live in your mind.
Carried my pain like a hidden blade, sharpened by every mistake I made. Now when they talk, I just let them speak. The loudest people are usually weak. No throne for me, no crown to wear. I built my name out of despair. No throne for me, no king to be. The only thing I need is the warrior in me. The taiko hits like my heartbeat. Every scar, every memory. I've been knocked down more than once, but every setback made me dangerous. The mountains tried to block my path. The storms arrive, I only last. Because pressure doesn't break diamonds, pressure creates them.
Across rivers, across pain, across nights standing in the rain. Everybody wants the glory, nobody wants the scars. Everybody wants the finish line, nobody wants to start. The Shamisen cried like it knew my story, a song about pain turning into glory.
No throne for me, no crown to wear. I built my name out of despair.
No throne for me, no king to be.
The only thing I need
Is a warrior in me.
no shortcuts, no luck, no easy road, no giving up. No fear, no chains, no looking back. Only the path and the strength I have. No throne for me. The road is enough. The storm is enough. The scars are enough. No throne for me. No empire to defend. Because the strongest warriors never needed one in the end. The crown was never the goal. The journey was.
The city sleeps, the rooftops call, the moonlight paints the castle walls. I move unseen, I move alone. The darkness feels like home. They thought they knew my story, they thought they knew my fate. Every time they wrote my ending, I escaped.
That's why the legends grow, that's why the story spread. Because some people refuse to die inside their heads.
I survived the wars, I survived betrayal, I survived the nights when hope was unavailable.
Now every step I take
Carries purpose,
carries pride,
carries everyone who didn't survive. Queen of Shadows, rise tonight underneath the crimson light. Queen of Shadows, take your place, no fear left upon your face. Queen of Shadows, lead the way through the darkness toward the day. I am not a memory, I am not a ghost. I am the proof that pressure creates the most. Powerful warriors, powerful souls, powerful hearts who never let go. Queen of Shadows, rise tonight. The future waits beyond the fight.
The road was cold, the nights were long. Every step felt like I didn't belong. Lost my clan, lost my name. Still I kept walking through the rain. The mountain stood before my eyes. Too high to climb, too far to rise. But every warrior learns one thing: the strongest steel is forged by suffering.
I watched the stars above the wall, wondering what we were fighting for.
Lost my home, lost my way. Still I survived another day. The wind would whisper, give it up. The darkness said, you're not enough. But every scar across my skin became a reason not to give in. Rise again when the world says no. Rise again when you're standing alone. Rise again when the fire burns, because every fall is a lesson learned. Rise again through the pain and storm. Rise again and become reborn. The night may win a battle, but it will never win the war.
The turkey drums began to sound like thunder shaking all the ground. A reminder that my heart still beats. A reminder I won't accept defeat. I've seen warriors lose their way. I've seen kings fall in a single day. The difference is in who survives. It's who keeps fighting after they fall.
The Shamisen cry beneath the moon.
A melody both sad and true. Not every victory comes from war.
Sometimes it's standing up once more. The strongest people that I've known were never carried by a throne. They earned their strength through every scar and became brighter than the stars. Rise again when the world says no. Rise again when you're standing alone. Rise again when the fire burns, because every fall is a lesson learned. Rise again through the pain and storm. Rise again and become reborn. The night may win a battle, but it will never win step, one more day, one more reason not to break. One more dream, one more fight, one more chance to reach the light. Rise again, the mountain can be climbed. Rise again, the storm can be survived. Rise again, the road is yours to take. Legends aren't born perfect, they're built from every mistake.
The moon still shines, the wind still blows, and the warrior keeps moving forward.
Yeah, you stepped onto the wrong road, ninja.
But I'll admit, you're far too beautiful to be my enemy.
Blood red moon hanging over the flames. You appear from the shadows calling my name.
Eyes sharp enough to cut through steel, yet somehow you're the only thing I feel. 100 assassins surrounding me now, still I stand and never bow. Because the deadliest danger in this fight is the girl staring back through the night.
Arrogant warrior, you talk too much. Many have tried me, none could touch. You watched my face and dropped your guard. 1 second longer and you'd be scarred.
The Shamisen screams across the sky, while my shadows move unseen nearby. You fight well, I'll give you that, but tell me now, is this war or a trap? Blades collide beneath the crimson moon. You and I, we're dancing to doom. Every strike sparks fire in the night. Every step pulls us into the fight. Blades collide beneath the crimson moon. Neither of us wants this ending soon. Maybe fate has something else in mind for a warrior and a ninja crossing lines. Every woman feels like a song, making me forget what's right or wrong.
You came to kill, I came to survive.
Now I'm just trying to stay alive.
The city burns behind your smile.
And for the first time in a while,
My sword hesitates in my hand.
because you're the one I can't withstand.
So the warrior finally understands.
Not every battle is won by hands.
My clan demands your head by dawn, yet somehow I keep holding on.
Every time our weapons meet, the world beneath us skips a beat. Maybe destiny made a mistake, or maybe this is a path we'll take. What? What? Voice born.
Head of storm,
One lord.
two fall,
Between war
and desire.
who we are. Blades collide beneath the crimson moon. The city falls, but we remain immune. Enemies standing face to face, and neither of us can leave this place. Blades collide beneath the crimson moon. The war still howls its ancient tune. But every time our eyes align, the battlefield fades from my mind. So
Are we finishing this fight?
or maybe this is where our story starts.
You thought I was just another shadow, another blade inside the dark, another ghost sent by a clan to leave another mark. But every scar upon my skin has a story of its own. I wasn't born a weapon, I was forged by what I've known.
I can see it in your eyes, the wars you never speak about, the night you spent surviving while the whole world cast you out. You hide your pain behind a mask, like I hide mine behind a song. Maybe that's why from the beginning something felt different all along.
I walked through burning villages, I watched empires collapse. I learned that trust is dangerous and mercy is a trap. The strongest people I have known were never sitting on a throne. They were the ones still standing when they had to stand alone. Under the crimson moon, we survived the fight. Under the crimson moon, we climbed higher and higher. The world tried to break us, the world tried to divide us, but every storm we faced only reminded us who we are, who we are. The Shamisen plays behind me like a ghost from yesterday. Every note reminds me how far I've walked this way. The clan that once controlled me doesn't own me anymore, because I stopped being their weapon the day I chose this war.
And now they fear the woman they once thought they could command, because nothing's more dangerous than someone who takes a stand.
Under the crimson moon,
The war drums call,
some will rise and some will fall.
no matter what tomorrow brings.
We'll face it standing tall. I am not the shadow, I am not the knife, I am not the girl they wanted to sacrifice her life. I am the storm they created, the fire they couldn't control. Now every chain they put around me only fuels my soul. Under the crimson moon, we survived the fight. Under the crimson moon, we climbed higher and higher. The world tried to break us, the world tried to divide us, but every storm we faced only reminded us who we are, who we No warning, no signal, no sound before the strike. Most enemies never realize they lost the fight. I learned patience from the shadows, discipline from the rain.
The strongest hunters don't chase glory.
They master pain.
They hear your name and start shaking. I've seen it happen before. Generals changing battle plans the second you walk through the door.
Good, let them fear me, let them talk, let them run, because fear isn't weakness when you've already won.
The Shamisen sings behind me.
The taiko shakes the ground, and every enemy who doubted me is nowhere to be found. Silent blaze, silent storm, the strongest deal is never loud. Silent blaze, silent storm, stand your ground and make them proud. I don't need a crown, I don't need applause, I don't need permission to become a force. I built myself from ashes, I built myself from scars. Now they wonder how I reached places they thought were too far.
want your crown of gold. I don't want the lies you sold. I've walked through fire, I've crossed the snow. I've paid a price you'll never know.
The Shamisen sings behind the walls. The empire shakes before it falls. The people wait, the people know. The time has come to let it go.
Kings rise, kings fade, the strongest castles break. The strongest rivers carve through stone.
The strongest hearts don't need a throne.
I've seen rulers lose their minds,
Chasing power all their life.
yet history remembers best.
The ones who fought for something else.
The Crimson Throne, burning in the night. The Crimson Throne, fading from our sight. The Crimson Throne, built by blood and pain. Tonight the Empire falls and begins again.
Hear the taiko roll, hear the battle banners fly. Every road has led us here beneath this crimson sky.
War may end before the sunrise, and scars may never disappear. But hope survives in every warrior who refuses fear. The Crimson Throne, burning in the night. The Crimson Throne, fading from our sight. The Crimson Throne, built by blood and pain. Tonight the Empire falls and begins again. The Crimson Throne, burning in the night. The Crimson Throne, fading from our sight. The Crimson Throne, built by blood and pain. Tonight the Empire falls and begins again. Burning in the night. The Crimson Throne, fading from our sight. The Crimson Throne, built by blood and pain. Tonight the Empire falls and begins again. The city walls are stained with ash. The bells no longer ring.
Every street remembered war. Every roof remembered flame.
The enemy stood beyond the gates, waiting for
rise to save it all.
Children hid inside the temples, mothers pray beneath the rain.
All warriors tighten armor, knowing things would never be the same. The river carried fear downstream.
The mountains washed in silence.
Even nature seemed to know what was coming with the violence. Kyoto call. Can you hear it? Kyoto fall. Can you feel it? Kyoto stand against the night. One final battle. One final fight. The taiko thunder shook the earth, the banners filled the sky. 1,000 voices joined as one, prepared to live or die.
The Shamisen cried through the chaos, like a farewell to the old age.
As warriors rushed toward destiny, and history turned another page.
Kyoto fall.
Can you hear it?
Kyoto fall.
Can you feel it?
Kyoto stand
Against the night.
one final blow.
One final fight. Whoa. When the sun rose over Kyoto, nothing looked the same.
But legends never truly die as long as someone speaks their name.
I never asked for this road. Yeah, I never asked. I never asked for this road, never asked for the weight, never asked to bury brothers, never asked to challenge fate. But every step became a lesson, every loss became a scar, and every scar became a map showing me who we are. The mountains try to stop me, the rivers try to pull me down, the kings try to buy my loyalty, but none could make me bow. I learned more from failure than most men learn from victory. Now the same people who doubted me tell stories about me. The road chose me, I didn't choose the road. The storm chose me, I carried the load. No crown above me, no throne beneath me, only the path ahead and the warrior within me. The taiko sounds like thunder, the shamisen sounds like pain. One reminds me why I fight, one reminds me what remains. I've lost enough to know nothing lasts forever. That's why I keep moving, no matter the weather. The road chose me, I didn't choose the road. The storm chose me, I carry the load. No crown above me, no throne beneath
warriors tempting fate. No kingdom left, no lord to serve, only the path they chose to preserve. The first carried fire, the second steel, the third knew things no man should feel. The fourth brought storms, the fifth brought pain, the sixth brought silence, the seventh brought change. Seven Ronin, seven blade.
Empire called them traitors, the people called them ghosts. The generals feared their presence more than entire hosts. They walked through burning villages, they crossed forbidden lands, and every ruler trembled when they saw those seven stands.
Seven Lotus, seven blades, seven legends never fade. Seven Ronin, bound by fate, standing at the dragon The taiko thunder echoed loud. The battlefield became a cloud of ash and smoke and shattered dreams. Nothing was ever what it seemed.
The Shamisen cried through the darkness like a spirit lost in time, wanting every soul around. The end was drawing near tonight.
Seven Ronin, seven blades, dripping deep inside the flames. Seven Ronin, side by side, ready for the final
Words of the crimson moon, running through the night and moon. Words of the crimson moon, ready for the fight and words of the crimson moon, ready for the night and words of the crimson moon.
The moon turned red above the hills. The night grew silent, the air stood still. Then from the forest shadows came a pack remembered only by name.
The crimson wolves, the king's old fear, the reason armies disappeared. No warning signs, no battle cries, only red eyes in the night.
I heard the stories as a child about the warriors running wild, protecting people, breaking chains, vanishing back into the rain.
Some call them heroes, some call them thieves. Depends on who you choose to believe.
Wolves of the crimson moon, running through the night. Wolves of the crimson moon, ready for the fight. Wolves of the crimson moon, hear the mountain sing. The hunt begins tonight for every king.
The war drums rolled across the sky. The wolves emerged, the kings would hide, because power built on fear alone can never truly hold a throne.
The shakuhachi filled the valley like a ghostly battle hymn, and every soldier standing there knew the wolves were closing in.
Wolves of the crimson moon.